Hello there, welcome to Spotlight this week, and again we're just going to be telling you about what's happening around the church a little bit, keeping you informed, pointing one another in good directions to be fed spiritually and to be nourished in that way. We've got a few things that are coming up that hopefully will be really great for church life. One is our church gathering, and that's a week today. It's going to be 7:30, and what we're going to do is we'll worship together, pray together, catch up on where we're up to as a church and as an organisation, and know the presence of God in our midst, even though we'll be doing it from the comfort of our living rooms. And then the Sunday after that, we've got our good friend Pete Gilbert. He's going to be speaking to us, guest speaker, and often when he speaks, he brings a word that is powerful and relevant, just right for us. So do join in for that one, 10:30 then. And just say Dave Stevenson makes a number of our videos. He's really talented, makes films professionally, as well as working for church, and he works for Saltmine, which is a theatre company, and has been doing some work for them. And he's done a beautiful piece, put together a beautiful piece, which is a spoken word piece, and it's lovely. So we're going to be pointing the way to that as well. So do look out for that. It's really refreshing, and hopefully it'll help you meditate in these times and find the presence of God.
Hi, and welcome to my studio space, my office, and the middle room in our house where we kind of hang out and watch TV. Today, I'm just going to give you a very quick overview, like a behind the scenes of how we made our worship collaboration video, The Blessing, which you may have seen a couple of weeks ago. There's been another one that came out for the UK churches, it's epic, so do watch those and be blessed by those. But I've had a number of people asking, how do you make those things? So here's a quick overview. It's a three-stepper in terms of the process, but that's not to say that it's easy or that it isn't like super labor intensive, but it's such good fun to do. The three steps are this: we create a guide track, we send that guide track out to a bunch of musicians and vocalists that we want to be involved in it. They will record a video of themselves playing along to that guide track in some headphones or in their ears. Then they send that video back in, and then we just arrange everything into first of all a music production software, and then secondly into video editing software so that we can see it on YouTube. So the guide track is super simple. It's like really basic, and it just involves me playing a bit of music and then sending out a few vocal cues for the structure. Once the videos come back in, then we get all of those tracks, music tracks together, and we can then play them and edit them in here. So it sounds suitably epic. And then when we've got that done, we bring it into our video editing software and we stack all the videos up and put them in a nice fancy way on the screen, and it sounds a little something like this. And this is the end result that you guys get to see. Now, the most important thing about this is not just the fact that we can do it because we can technically achieve these things. It's actually been really cool for us as people who normally gather week in, week out, practicing, seeing each other, exercising those gifts that we have, to be able to continue using those in some sense of community and even playing with people perhaps that we haven't played with for a long time. It's been such a blessing to us as worshippers, and we've heard loads of feedback from you guys just saying how much it's blessed you guys as well. So there will be more of these. That's how we do it, all the wizardry behind the scenes, but we're just grateful for the opportunity to be able to make these things, and we're thankful that they are blessing people in this way as well. All right.
I don't know if you joined in on Tuesday night with our first Tuesday Central session in this new season. We had a discussion, and where is God in this crisis? And it was Ali and Mark, who's a church leader from Worcester, and I was chairing it. We were just talking about the nature of God, the nature of prayer, the nature of evil, how we engage in all these things, what confuses us, what we can do, how we can live. It was a really helpful discussion. I learned a load, and I really enjoyed just talking prayerfully about these things. And it was great to have some questions coming in as well. So if you weren't there, do have a look on our YouTube channel, because you can catch up with that and explore the topic for yourself. And if you were and you want to go back to it, just refresh your mind, then do that. And there's other resources. Spring Harvest Home did a really good one. Justin Brearley talked about it. He often does some really great debates, so look there. And there's a great new book by John Lennox as well. So there's lots of resources that help us to deal with this intellectually, emotionally and spiritually. So I recommend look out for that and talk about it in your small groups.
So I just wanted to say a quick hello to all of you from me and the rest of the CYF team. We hope you're all doing really well and enjoying this time at home and a little bit of time in the sunshine. We hope that all the challenges of homeschooling and family life are going okay for all of you. I know what that can be like. So yeah, our prayer is that you guys are actually having such a great time and you're finding some peace and some tranquility amongst this craziness. We just want to do a bit of a reminder to you to check out our Rising Brook CYF Facebook page. We're adding extra resources on there all the time and just ideas of stuff to be doing at home. The other thing I really want to encourage you with is that you contact us and let us know how you guys are doing. We're really missing hanging out with all your kids and your young people, and so we'd love to know what they've been up to. So if you're up for it, you could send us some ideas that you've been doing at home, or some photos, some comments to our Rising Brook CYF email address, which is cyf@risingbrook.org. And we hope you're all doing super well, and we miss you guys. We'll see you again soon.
Don't forget to join us for midday prayers every weekday on Rising Brook's Facebook page or at risingbrook.org/midday. And tune in on Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. for the next instalment of Worship in Exile.
Hi everyone. When I was teaching teenagers all those years ago, I loved that teaching history was about encouraging young people to think for themselves, to question things, to consider what is fact and what is opinion, what caused that major world event to happen. Could it have been prevented? What were the consequences? Why are we living in the sort of world that we're living in now? And not to just accept things, not to just accept what one writer had said, but to know that it was really healthy to question and to wrestle with things and to think about why we think what we do, and to be open even to changing our minds once we'd reached some sort of conclusion. In times like this, in a world pandemic, it is perfectly okay to question things, to look for greater understanding, to wrestle with the tensions. In fact, it's really healthy. It's not just okay to do that. The Psalms are full of people asking questions of God. Psalm 13 says, "How long, O Lord, will you forget me? How long will you hide your face from me?" There are writers who are pouring out their questions to God, and it's perfectly okay for us to do that as well. To wrestle with those big questions of faith and doubt. I really believe that God is never offended or angry with our questions or frustrated with us, but he loves relationship with us as the great Father that he is. So he loves it when we wrestle things through with him as well. On Tuesday night, we had a little chat between a few of us on YouTube with questions from those people that joined us on all sorts of those big issues, like where is God in this crisis? And if you missed it, you can catch up on the YouTube channel. Obviously, there are some things that we will never know full answers on this side of heaven, but we do know that it is good to question. It's okay to question. It's great to talk to your friends, to your small group, to read, to pursue what others are thinking, and most of all, to spend time with God on that.
So there we go. That's all for this week. Look forward to joining with you on Sunday, 10:30. Tune in then.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from Create Church in Huntington, one of the trustees of the wider Rising Brook Community Church. I've just been asked to spend a minute or two just reflecting for the wider church around our current situation, and something that God's been speaking to me over the last week or so. A few years ago we went on holiday to a place called Staves in North Yorkshire. If you've got any children, you may be aware of this place, because that's where the children's TV show Old Jack's Boat is filmed. We were really lucky. We had a cottage at the top of the hill, had a beautiful bench out on it, and most mornings and evenings you'd find me sitting on the bench with a cup of tea, just looking down into the town, onto the coastline. But in particularly what I became mesmerised with was this safe harbour. You would look out and see the choppy seas, and then just see this tranquility of these boats sitting in this harbour. I really felt God speaking to me that week about that picture, that's exactly what the church is a safe harbour for people to come into who are having difficulties in their everyday life. So I just pray that over these really difficult times that everyone's facing, that we can find Rising Brook and the wider churches at the Crossing and in Create and Open Hands, we can find refuge and a safe harbour with that. Just want to share just one verse from Psalms which really just sums up that picture for me that I had on holiday, and just hope it will give some of you just some encouragement in these really difficult times. So it's from Psalm 46 verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Just pray for each and every one of you at your different church locations. Hope you're all well. Stay safe and hopefully see you soon. Bye.